3 o'clock. Good afternoon, everyone. It is 3 o'clock. We will start our agenda items. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. The third agenda item is the approval of the agenda.
I make a motion to approve the agenda.
Motion made and supported. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Abstentions? Ayes have it. Thank you. Agenda item number 4, public comment on non-agenda items.
You said non-agenda items.
Yes, sir. This is an opportunity for the public to approach the lectern, state your name, and you will have up to 2 minutes to make any comments on non-agenda items.
My name is Johnny Miller. I live at 2570 Cuddy Drive. This is more for consideration. When I'm here because of he wants to do
Excuse me, sir.
But this is
Excuse me,
it's
sir.
their front yard.
Excuse me. This is so you have a comment for an
Right, it's-
agenda. So we are taking comments only on non-agenda
Right.
items.
I apologize.
So we cannot.
This is non-agenda, but what it says like front yard setback. When was this made? Because it doesn't matter whether it's front or back. Well, what's the purpose of saying like front yard? I just for my mindset.
You're looking for the definition of the setback.
Yeah, I was always thought there was a 15-foot right of way, but now there's a 30-foot setback if you want to build something. It's 30 foot, but it doesn't matter whether it's the front yard or the backyard. It's adjacent street. You follow me?
I'm listening to you.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with whether it's in the front or back. We're talking about what street it is. So for consideration, could that be changed somehow so it's very clear when a person like myself see this, I know what it really means? It's just for your consideration to change that ordinance. I don't know when it was written, but it's too vague.
Thank you, sir, for your comments. So wait, before we go any further, let's stop. So we only taking comments, so this is somewhat relative to this agenda item here today. So that being said,
Let's hear for the report from the staff, and then maybe that will explain.
sir, not yet. We're only hearing comments from the public for non-agenda items. So and that goes for even if it's indirectly related to what we're about to hear today, that's still related. So we're taking comments on non-agenda items only, respectfully. That makes sense? Yeah. So are there any other public comments for non-agenda items at this time right now? There being none, we will move to the next agenda item. Do we have to have that voted on? To move to the next agenda item. Yeah. So agenda item number 5 is the approval of the minutes from June 24th, 2025.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we accept the minutes as stated.
Support. Motion on the floor to accept the minutes as stated and properly supported. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Are there any nays? Any abstentions? The ayes have it. Thank you. Agenda item number 6, setback variance for, I hope I'm not, Karen, 2550 Cuddy Sark Drive, 3905-11-225-380, Zoning Board of Appeals to consider request for a front yard setback variance for an accessory building in the R2 residential district.
Thank you, Chair. The property owner is requesting a variance to allow for a reduced setback of 24 feet 7 inches from the north property line to construct a 23 by 23 foot accessory building where a minimum setback of 30 feet is required. A visual of the property is up on your screen, which is located at 2550 Cuddy Sark Drive. The Michigan courts have applied 5 principles for a variance. These standards of review are outlined here on this slide. Over the next few slides, I'll provide a summary of each standard against this setback variance request.
Colton, can you just, I'm going to interrupt, just for clarification, can you explain under our ordinance how the front yard setback is viewed when you have a property like this with multiple roads?
Sure. Yeah, ordinance definition requires that all corner lots have 2 front yard setbacks that they have to abide by, essentially.
Thanks.
Where's that statement in the regulations?
Article 2 definitions of the zoning ordinance.
Go ahead.
So the first criterion is unique physical circumstances, and with respects to such, the lot is heavily wooded. There is also a significant change in grade in several areas on the property, which drops about 8 feet over a very short distance. The only portion of the property where a significant grade change does not exist is the area between Cuddy Sark Drive and the home. Such placement would require a much larger setback reduction than the 5 feet 5 inches that the applicant is currently requesting here this afternoon. The second criterion is whether conformance is unnecessarily burdensome. It could be argued that conformance is unnecessarily burdensome, as corner lots have 2 front yards, whereas non-corner lots only have 1 front yard. The facade of the home, as you can see on the slide, faces south along Cuddy Sark Drive. The area between the home and Maple Leaf Avenue acts as the rear yard. That said, reasonable options for conformance are available by continuing to occupy the property in its current state. The home already has an attached 425 square foot garage. The applicants own the vacant lot to the immediate east as well. The 2 lots could be combined and the building could be placed there without the need for a variance. The third criterion to consider is substantial justice. So in researching past cases related to setbacks, reductions for accessory buildings, staff found 4 similar cases, and that is all outlined in the report from staff. The next criterion to consider is whether the request is self-created hardship. The applicant's interest to construct an accessory building is what is creating this request this afternoon. The property already has a 2-stall attached garage to the home, and the applicants own the lot next door to the immediate east. A detached garage could be constructed on that property through a land combination. While it could be argued that the request is self-created, the property owner did not create the grade changes on the property. The last criterion to consider is regarding the health, safety, and welfare of the public. If the variance is granted, the nearest edge of the proposed accessory building would be about 32 feet away from the edge of pavement along Maple Leaf Avenue. The lot is heavily wooded between the road and the proposed accessory building. It is not expected that the variance request would negatively impact the health, safety, and welfare of others and neighboring property owners. So on this slide is a summary of the findings of fact for support of variance approval and support of variance denial, which is also outlined in the staff report. Then last are possible board motions, which include 1, approval of the variance, or 2, denial of the variance. Thank you.
Thank you.
I had just one question for you. What is the typical side yard setback in this area?
For outbuildings such as this, it's 10 feet or the overall height of the building, whichever's greater.
Okay.
Yep. That goes for side and rear yard.
Thank you.
Any other questions from the board?
While we deliberate, could we have it back on the screen with the with the approval and denial on the same
Oh,
screen?
yes.
Yeah, that one.
Okay. Just had to do a review. Any more questions from the board?
My question is for the applicant, if that's okay.
Yes, there's a question for the applicant. Do you want them to take the lectern?
Yeah, my question is, so the statement here on the screen, the applicant has opportunity to combine his two lots and build the accessory building in compliance with setback requirements.
Okay, yep. Can we look at the picture showing the separate lot? Okay.
But I'm not, sorry. I need you to use the mic.
If you look at this, you can see that the adjacent property next door blocks access, or at least, I guess from the south side, I don't see how to get access to that property without going over the neighbor's property. Unless I wind around, make a winding driveway from the west, and then it'd be a new driveway if I come in from the south. If I come in from the north, well, actually, either way, the grade is pretty negative. This heads downhill at a very high rate, and I'd have to take out a huge number of trees. So it wouldn't be economically sensible to do it at all. So I don't want to get involved in removing a couple dozen trees. These are big trees. And then I'd have another outbuilding that isn't close by where I really need it to be. I mean, it isn't really accessible, it's kind of out in space. What I need is to have a place, what we're looking for is a place to put our garden tractor with snow blower on it so that we can easily clear off our main driveway. So a second outbuilding way over in the middle of nowhere isn't going to help that objective at all.
Any more questions from the applicant? Yes, sir.
My question is in regards to the diagram showing for the garage from,
Which,
push, yeah, excuse me. My question is about your diagram of the garage itself.
yeah,
Shows two vehicles, wherein your request was saying that you primarily wanted it for storage of the units on the north side that are kind of like underneath your porch.
and also to put in a pickup truck, if you read further.
Well, that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing in the diagram here, a pickup truck and a car.
Yep.
Which, my question is, then what's in your two-car garage now?
2 Jeeps,
Okay,
plus a lot of garden equipment.
okay, so you're looking for this, even though we refer to it as an accessory building, essentially I'm reading it as you want a garage.
Oh,
for
yeah,
a truck, and then it'll store the rest of your things that you want from your
Right.
yard. Okay,
sure, it's a garage.
okay.
I think is it not the same thing, or is there a
Garage
difference?
isn't, it could be an accessory building.
Right, right. It could be. I just wanted to clarify, make sure that that's exactly what you were looking for.
Oh,
You
no,
were
it
looking
is,
for a
it is.
garage.
No, it's, when I put in the original variance, I think I called it a garage. And then, back to Johnny's comments, though, I have to say the regulations are very vague
Sir.
about this setback thing.
I understand, but right now, public comments are over. Right now, the board just have a few questions to ask of you if we're not finished already relative to the plans. But the public comment portion of the meeting and agenda,
So we won't get a
Has
chance to address that?
No, he gets a chance to make public comment.
are we still in public comment?
No, you haven't opened public comment for this yet. We're still
That's
in
what we
board
That was-
questions.
As soon as he came up, that open public comment.
Okay, I'm sorry, sir. I thought we did public comment for our agenda item number
Wait,
4.
how is that possible, Jim? We were in board questions and deliberation. That's never happened where I open public comment. We've always been able to ask the applicant questions.
Well, yeah, but that's part of public comment as well.
Okay.
The applicant has to have a chance to discuss this with this board. You can't just go into closed session, discussion without hearing from the applicant.
Oh, I'm not suggesting we do that.
I know, but
Okay,
that's what I
okay.
heard.
Yeah.
Okay, continue on.
Oh,
So,
I can ask my question. In reading
You can
through the
continue on.
regulations, it is very vague about how this frontage works. What it could clearly state, that would make, yeah, I mean, obviously make things clear, is to say, if your property faces a road, you need a 30-foot setback. It doesn't say that. It says the front has to have a 30-foot setback, and if you're on a corner, the side has to have a 30-foot setback. It doesn't even talk about the backyard. And it doesn't say how you define what's the front and what's the side and what's back. So I didn't see any definition of that. I think the regulation could just be more clear. And I think, is that your question?
Okay. I have a question too. Now, you're proposing this building, which is 26 by 26 feet roughly.
Yeah.
If you were to shrink that size down a little bit, or possibly move it towards, would be about the southwest, that would bring you within the setback, correct?
Yeah, it's positioned to avoid some big trees, and the width of it is to allow, it's as narrow as it can be, to have a 16-foot garage door and a 36-foot entry door, which would make it an ADA compliant door,
36-inch?
lock door.
Okay.
So I can't make it any narrower. I can't reposition it without hitting a big tree, and I can't, if I could let it go shorter, but then I wouldn't have room to put in a standard length pickup truck. So it's as small as I can make it. It's, by the way, it's only that little corner that sticks out into the right of
I
way.
see that, because I ran into the same thing when I was doing some work at my house, so I understand what you're saying there.
Any other questions?
any further questions of the applicant?
Yes, I have one. Have you combined those two properties yet, or
No.
requested it?
No.
Would you?
What, to what advantage?
That's one option that you have and that we have in making the decision.
Oh, I'm sorry, that property isn't anywhere I would put an accessory building or a garage on that property. It wouldn't make any sense economically, or, it wouldn't be of any benefit. I wouldn't
When
have any interest in
When I
that.
read over it yesterday, that was one of the things that came to my mind, that if you have that new garage over on that, basically on that new or second parcel, you wouldn't go over there very often to get things out because you wouldn't want to walk that distance through whatever trees and vegetation coming up, low-growing kinds of things. You probably wouldn't do that, and it would be very difficult getting your snow blower over there and back again.
Well, Yeah, the options are to put in a second driveway on the north side or the south side. On the south side, I don't think I can put one in without going over the neighbor's property. And on the north side, I have to go through a whole lot of trees. So it'd be, wouldn't make economic sense. And again, the grade is horrendous there. We put in double terracing to cut down on the water erosion from the front down to the back, but there is a huge drop as you go back. Which is why the driveway is incredibly steep. It's 8 feet. So,
Thank you, sir. Are there any more questions for the applicant from the board? Thank you, sir.
We need to ask if there's any further public comment on this item.
Yeah. Are there any other further public comments on this item? Please approach the lectern and state your name, sir, please.
Again, my name is Johnny Miller. This is more of a comment to support what my neighbor is saying. If you look at his driveway, the beautiful thing about the lots in that area, our back has a lot of trees, so it offers privacy. And that's one of the things why I moved there. You have a sense of privacy in your backyard. Where he's going to put his building, he has sufficient greenery between Maple Leaf and where he's going to build. So you probably wouldn't see that much of the building anyway, because there's trees there and everything would be kind of like camouflage. Or he can add more if he wanted to in the future. But the way his house is situated, someone said about moving the building to the other side, that's an economic thing to him. That would be kind of like, he said, doesn't make sense. You have to knock down trees. He has a deck and all that stuff. The floor of his backyard, it just wouldn't make sense to do that. So for your consideration, think about the economic expense to us as homeowners. My question to the board, has any of you ever come over and looked at the property, since it's an agenda item? Did anybody come and look at the property?
I did a drive-by.
You did a drive-by?
Yes.
So you know what it looks like in that area?
Okay, I'm sorry, I hear you, sir, but right now, we can't answer the questions that you're asking, but we do have the plans here. This is not the time to ask the board the questions relative to what you're talking about, but we can ask you the questions so you can support the applicant.
Right. My question is, you have a diagram. His driveway is there where he wants to put the building. It's more convenient for him to move his snow blower or his tractor very easily instead of asking him to build another driveway. That's a very expensive item.
Thank you, sir. Will there be anyone else? Thank you.
You're going to board deliberation.
At this time, the board will go into deliberations.
Well, Mr. Chairman, I would definitely tend to want to grant this for the reason that